Hello guys, welcome to my channel Civology, the study of civil engineering. Today in this video we are going to answer this important question that what are the main steps in the design of pavement as per AASHTO. Okay, we will discuss the 10 key steps for designing of pavement, which involves traffic analysis, subgrade evaluation, design inputs, pavement structure selection, layers thickness design, material selection, pavement design analysis, construction specifications, quality assurance, and the last step which is involved in the designing of pavement as per AASHTO is maintenance and rehabilitation planning. So guys, we will discuss these points one by one in detail, but before we start our today's topic, if you are new to my channel, you are requested to please subscribe it and don't forget to press the bell icon to get video updates. So let's get started. The first step involved in the designing of pavement is traffic analysis. You will have to determine the type, volume and weight of traffic that the pavement will be subjected to. This include factors such as vehicle types, axle loads and traffic patterns. Vehicles can be classified into 8 classes as per their weight. As you can see over here, class 1 ranges between 6000 lbs or less and it ranges up to 14,000 lbs. Such types of vehicles are considered as lightweight. Okay, then there is class 4, class 5 and class 6 of vehicle. Their weight ranges between 14,000 lbs to 26,000 lbs. Okay, then class 7 weight starts from 26,001 lbs to 33,001 lbs and over. Okay, such type of vehicles should be kept in your mind while analyzing the traffic. Okay, the second step involved in designing of pavement is subgrade evaluation. Assess the strength and stability of the subgrade soil to support the pavement structure. Subgrade is very critical and important component of the road, which basically plays an important role in balancing, or you can say in bearing the weight of the pavement and the traffic above it. So it is very important to evaluate subgrade at the start of the designing. This involves soil testing and analysis to determine its properties and potential for deformation. At this stage, you will get the idea about the subgrade material properties and then you will decide whether the existing soil is of good quality or not. If it is of not good quality, you will have to remove the existing subgrade and replace it with a good quality material. The third step involved in designing of pavement is design inputs. In this step, you will gather design parameters such as pavement materials, climate conditions and drainage considerations and any specific project requirements. The fourth step involved in designing of pavement is pavement structure selection. In this step, you will choose the appropriate pavement structure based on the traffic analysis, subgrade evaluation and design inputs. This includes selecting the type and thickness of the pavements, or you can say the thickness of the base, sub-base, asphalt or concrete surface. The fifth step which is involved in designing of pavement is layers thickness design. Calculate the required thickness of each pavement layer to provide adequate support and durability under the expected traffic loads and environmental conditions. This is typically done using empirical or mechanistic empirical design methods. Here is the table which shows that how much should be the road surface thickness in centimeters. It depends upon various factors or parameters, like as you can see over here. It also depends upon the importance of the structure. If you are constructing a village to village road, then it varies, as you can see over here. Okay, then if you are constructing a road which is from village to town, then road thickness increases as it depends upon various factors, as I have already discussed the first point, which is traffic volume and traffic density and the type of the traffic. Okay, then the third type of traffic grade is T3, which is town to town. Okay, so you will have to decide that what type of road you are constructing, whether it is from village to village or village to town, then town to country, or from country to country. As you can see over here, as you go from here in this direction, the thickness increases as the traffic volume, the type of traffic and the importance of structure is varying. Okay, the sixth step which is involved in designing of pavement is material selection. Specify the materials to be used for each pavement layer, taking into account factors such as strength, durability, availability and cost effectiveness. Here is a table which shows the type of mixtures or the type of materials and their properties. If it is the core stone with low fines, then compaction will be difficult. Okay, and its flexibility will be relatively stiff after compaction and stability varies. Okay, and it is variable. And you can see over here there are several other factors which affect the selection of the material. You will have to select the material which best suits your design. Okay, the seventh step involved in designing of pavement is pavement design analysis. In this step, you will perform detailed analysis and calculations to ensure that proposed pavement design meets the required performance criteria such as fatigue life, rutting resistance, and smoothness. The thickness of the layer plays very important role in bearing the load. Okay, as I have already discussed in the previous steps that the thickness of the layers should be determined before selection of any material. The eighth step involved in designing of pavement is construction specifications. Develop specifications and guidelines for construction of the pavement, including material, quality control, compaction requirements and surface finishing techniques. The ninth step involved in designing of pavement is quality assurance. Implement procedures to monitor and control the quality of materials and construction practices during pavement construction to ensure that the design requirements are met. The tenth step involved in designing of pavement is maintenance and rehabilitation planning. Develop a plan for ongoing maintenance and rehabilitation of the pavement to extend its service life and maintain optimal performance over time. This may include periodic inspections, repairs, and pavement preservation treatments. So guys, these were the 10 steps which are involved in designing of pavement as per AASHTO. I hope you have liked the topic. In the end, you are again requested, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to it and don't forget to press the bell icon to get video updates. That's all for today.